Welcome, my viewers, to our show Success Stories. Our one-to-one connections with one another is the foundation for change and building relationships. It is said people have built too many walls and not enough bridges. Today, who uses words to build bridges across cultures is with us today, Ms. Sougand Akbarian. Welcome, Sougand, on our show, Success Stories, straight from Iran.
Thank you so much, Mansi ji. Hello, everyone, and hello to you all. So I'm so happy to be here, and thanks to Trident Communications for having me in this session.
Thank you. It would be lovely catching up with you on the talk show and knowing a lot about you. We are keen to hear how you started your journey, how challenging was it to get into this profession, and your book has been doing very well. So let's begin your story now.
Sure, definitely. Thank you, and so nice of you. I'm so happy that from Iran, as you said, now here my book SouganDilli is accepted in India and all over the world, and my book travel on behalf of me in everywhere that I put and go.
Great, all the best, August.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, my first, I'm very curious to know. Before I talk, I come up with few questions for you. Your name, Sougand, is such a beautiful name. Who named you? And how did It's very unique.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Sogan is a name that my lovely mom, gave me this name, and I'm so happy that she put this name for me, Sogan. Sogan is pure pleasure name, and the meaning is swear or kasam. And also in
Very.
India and in Hindi language, somehow we have this name as a kasam meaning. And having good name will give you good feelings when you hear your name. And I'm so happy that my name is Sogan, and also because of that, my name gives me somehow inspiration that I write a book that is called SouganDilli also. Maybe my name is somehow the reason I put the title of my book SouganDilli as well.
Lovely. You're really a very pretty name, Sougand.
Thank you
So
so much.
welcome
Thank
on
you.
our show, Sougand. And my very first question to you, I'm sure you must have, got this question many times in a lot of your interviews. Your love for writing and what actually got you into writing, and was it like since you were a child you were into it, or it got developed later?
My mom narrates me stories from my childhood. So I think it is because of my childhood that my mom narrated me different stories. And after I learned Farsi alphabet, so I started to write short stories in Farsi language as well. And after that, my mom gave me this idea, so again, you should go for any writing competition. And I'm so happy from my childhood, I started writing, and many of them also got accepted. For example, for writing competition for municipality Iranian food brands, and I'm so happy about it. From my childhood, it was something that I have, and maybe that is God gifted and blessing that God gave me this. I don't know. Maybe this is something art within myself.
You born and brought up in Iran?
Yes, I born and brought up in Iran.
Your education, everything is in Iran, from
Yes,
Iran?
everything is in Iran, but I had different travels to India. My nationality
Sorry?
is Iran. I'm from Iran. My nationality is Iranian, but I had some travels to India. But I also did my education here in Iran. Yes.
Sogan, your book, The SouganDilli, is one of the best sellers right now. How did that happen? Did it happen overnight or it took you long?
To be honest, you cannot get something overnight. You should have so many efforts for that to get what you want. That is become the success story. And I can say about SouganDilli, before I write SouganDilli, I shared the idea with my mom that I want to write a book like this. This is the plot. And my mom said, you should go for that. You should write it and publish it in India. And it was in this COVID situation in 2020. And I'm so happy that in this time I came to know about Islamic publication. I'm from my home in Iran. They from in India, staying in our home. We find each other, and they publish my book. And I'm so happy that with the love and support of my readers, SouganDilli become one of the bestsellers. And they love SouganDilli, and they ask me for more books as an author in India. I'm so happy. And from here, I will say thanks to my mom for giving me idea of SouganDilli, to my publications, Damit Publications, and to my readers from all over the world.
Wow, lovely. Congratulations. All the best to you.
Thank you so much.
Sagar, tell me, how did your family, friends, your own people, supported you, and what was your biggest challenge in getting this, to become a writer, in becoming a writer?
My family and friends, first my family and especially my mom always support me in my career. As a translator in Iran, as an author in India, they always want to see the best from my side, and I'm so happy they always support me. And also my friends in Iran and India, they want to again have more books as a translator and author, and I'm so happy to have such people around myself. And about challenge that you say, everyone in any field that you want to go and achieve success, you will face two type of challenge: inner challenge and outer challenge. Inner challenge starts from you. For example, shall I do this? You have doubt with yourself. Shall I do or I cannot do? It is
True.
something you will talk with yourself, and when you overcome your inner challenge, you will go to society, you will go to other people, and many times they will reject you. For example, they will not accept your work. They will say you should do this, you should do that, and that is the time you should work so hard that you prove yourself. As you prove yourself to yourself, prove yourself also to others, to overcome outer challenge as well. Like everyone that face inner and outer challenge, I also in the beginning of my journey, it was difficult for me to find any publisher in Iran or in India, and hopefully now I can say, like many other people, I also faced that. And in Iran now, I become bestseller. In India, I also become bestseller. And now I'm so happy that my publishers in Iran and India, like Tamil publications in India, accepted me. They believed me and they trusted my work, and they gave me this opportunity that I can prove myself, and I overcome those challenges also as well.
That's wonderful, Saugand. I'm so happy that you got the right help at the right time and people could appreciate your work. So well done.
Thank you so
Moving
much.
ahead, why did you come to India? As to what interested you to India, and why Hindi?
I came to India as a translator and traveler, and I love everything about India. As you say, sab kuch yaar. I love everything about India, like food, culture, custom,
आपको सब कुछ पसंद है.
sab kuch. I like everything. See, India is a beautiful country. As Indians say, we in the old world say, incredible India. Different culture, different religion, different languages, all living in peace together. And this is something so beautiful. And you can see from north to south, east to west, different languages, different culture, different type of food as well, different accent even, and I like it. This is something very colorful and so beautiful. And about Hindi language, I can say maybe because of the Bollywood movies and Hindi songs from my childhood, I used to watch and listen. So I came to know Hindi language is beautiful language, because it has so many similarities with Farsi language as well, in words, in proverbs or kahavat as well. This is something beautiful. And India, as you know, once they were same land, and they have many similarities, many points and aspects. So that is why whenever, for example, I come to India, any part of India I can see any Iranian Persian roots in that also. That is the beauty of India, I think, that based on its own culture, it has the old roots of Iran as well.
And what attracts you to the Indian literature?
Indian literature is for Indian subcontinent with about 22 official languages. And for example, like Rajasthani, Sanskrit, Tamil, Punjabi, different literature India has. It is when you say about Indian literature, it is a mixture of different literature, as I said, with different languages. and it has its own beauty. See, literature and culture, there are something together always. And if you want to know about a nation, to know about their custom and cultures, you should go to know the literature of that nations. And next to Persian literature, I really like Indian literature. This is something very unique. For example, about old Indian literature, if you want to talk in different languages, like Ramayana, Mahabharata, or Gitanjali, they are so unique books that you cannot find them anymore. I didn't the original language of them as they are, for example, in Sanskrit
Ji.
or Bengali language, but the English translation of them are really perfect in the content. And about today Indian literature, there are many good Indian authors that I'm working on their books also and translating them in Iran. For example, new and novel Indian authors talk about Indian culture uh, in English language, and that is something you will come to know more about India and Indian literature of this century. For example, Ravinder Singh, Pritam Bhagat, Chandrakant Jaisansaria, Jamini Agrawal, Savi Sharma, and many other Indian authors in India or out of India, they write very well about Indian culture. And that is the beauty of Indian literature about past to now. That's why I love it so much.
So before you started this book, you traveled to India and then you were staying in Delhi for a long time.
Yes, that's
So
right.
how long were you in Delhi, in India?
My first India travel was 2013. As a traveler, I came to India. I was in Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, the golden triangle of India. But after
Yes.
that, as a translator, yes, I come to India and mostly I was staying in Delhi. Maybe that's why I love Delhi so much. I saw its monuments, different mandir, masjid, temples. That's why I come to know this is so beautiful and old city. So let me write something that I keep my memories always with myself and official. For example, something that I say, yeah, this is what I love, and that's why I write SouganDilli. All my feelings from Delhi and India are in this book, and that is why this is so unique to me.
Sagar, how does the Iranian people take your work? Because it's all about India.
Mm.
How do they, get associated with?
As a translator that I work here we have literature of different cultures and nations. For example, Korean, Japanese, Indian also. And I'm working on Indian literature, the romance genre. For example, about Ravinder Singh book that I translated here, and I worked with some publishers. They love my book. They love the translation version of that book, and I'm so happy. I had a book launch also at international book fair in Iran, and Iranian people like to know more about different literature and culture. That is the translation, and I'm so happy.
Okay.
Yes, people now know my name about
So
translating.
Indian literature is taught in schools and colleges there, or not really?
We have something at Tehran University about Indian subcontinent in general. For example, Urdu and Hindi language, but especially Indian literature, no, we don't have that. But for example, if you go for Hindi or Urdu language at Tehran University, you will come to know about that literature besides that, but not
Okay.
mainly on that. Yes,
Okay.
yes, that is why working on that.
Sagar, how do you draw parallel between Indian and Iranian women social status?
In 2020, as a lady in Asia, when you see Iranian and Indian women, you can see many things change than before. They have gender equality right now. And when my readers come to know about me that Sougand Akbarian is Iranian and she has Iranian nationality, they will ask me the same question. And I'm so happy to say, for example, in Iran, we have so many rights about women. They have a right for doing education. They have right to select their life partner. They have right to vote, even to do candidate in, for example, anything. And also they have divorce right. And if you see from the past to now, we have many Iranian women that they are author, they are pilot, they are mathematician, and that is good. We see from past till now women achieving their rights and their place more. And also about Indian women, as I can see day by day, daily, they are going more to achieve their right place. As I can see, like Mari, the first boxer of India, or for example, Durga, the first Indian pilot. That is what we see from past. Indian women are fighting for their rights. And see, women are a special creature in the world. They give life to this world. So if they can do this, they can do anything in this world. And I'm so happy day by day we are seeing women achieving their goals more.
Oh, lovely. That's good to know. Yeah. Yeah, I think women empowerment is everywhere now.
Yes. See, when you say and think this is a lady that will give birth to this world, so she can do anything. She can be a mother, she can be a sister. Being a mother, that is the most important thing because she will give birth to a baby, to a child, so she can do anything in
I
this world.
agree.
Because
I agree totally. Yes.
giving,
Well said. Absolutely. That's the most difficult and the challenging thing which happens to a woman. If you can do that, I mean, you absolutely you can just achieve anything in this world.
yes.
Absolutely correct. So, what about this book now? I mean, do you, how will you feel? I mean, do you really want this book to, someday become, somebody would, make a movie on this book or even a web series? Would you like that to happen? And also, can you tell me a
To be
little
honest,
about this book?
yeah, definitely. Before that, to be honest, I'm so happy you said what I really love from my heart that one day I see SouganDilli, now it's a book. So once I can see that it's a movie also. SouganDilli, now you can watch it. How it is. So
Yes.
is the story of one Iranian girl that her article accepted at Delhi University, and she will make a plan to come to India to attend a conference at Delhi University. There, she will stay at one hotel, Fountain and Suites, in Sahibabad of Delhi, and after that, she will come to know the hotel manager. The name is Devraj. So, and Devraj, as I mentioned,
Devraj. Okay.
yes, Delhi is the capital, and there is no space between Sougand and Devraj. Like SouganDilli, Delhi is capital that you can. There is some reason and mystery behind that, and they will come to know about each other. And in this safarnama, one love story will happen, and it has its own end that it is better to read and get the end because many people like. Yeah, most people like the end. That is why I like to have it as a movie because this book is illustrated with different pictures of Delhi that I already visited and took photo. That's why I like, for example, to see Sougandilli as a movie in India and all over the world. It gives a
All
feeling
over the world, yes.
there. And to be honest, I like to be the Sougand of Sougandilli because the girl inside the book is from Iran and I know the feelings of this character. That's why this is my dream. Once I say Mansi, thank you to you. Finally, Sougandilli is a movie.
I'm sure, of course, I'm sure this interview will reach out to a lot of people and people will get ideas to, adopt your book as a big film now.
I hope so.
Yeah, we all hope so. We all pray for that.
Thank you.
So that's lovely, Sougand. Tell me something about who Sougand is, who you are as a person.
Soigan is a see, this is something that you should ask my family members. For example, who is Soigan? If I want to say I don't know, I will go in front of the mirror and see myself. But others, Soigan, inner Soigan, how is she? But if I want to say one girl that is love to read and write, love to live in her own world, love to know more about language, about literature, love to travel. This is Soyan.
Wow.
This is something I should ask others.
A
If
beautiful
I want,
woman. A beautiful woman, Sougand. Yes.
sorry, I didn't get yours. Please tell me again.
A beautiful woman, right? You're a beautiful woman.
Thank you
Says
so
it
much.
all.
It's so nice of you. Thank you.
So So, what is as this the theme of our show, success stories? So, Sogan, what do you feel about success in your life, true happiness for you, achievement for you? What does success mean to you?
Success, this is something that I always want my parents proud of me, of what I do, and I get success at, and achievement in my life. And my parents, my mom and dad, always proud of me. And I hope my readers also love the work that I do. This is another achievement and success for me. And besides all that, I like to learn more and more about literature as a translator and an author. That is so much will give me happiness and success within myself. That I know more about different languages, know more about different cultures. I like to more and add knowledge to myself. That
Right.
I know about anything.
Keep growing, keep learning more, keep gaining more knowledge.
Definitely, yes. Should keep learning in this 2020 more and more because as you see, the world is growing so fast.
Yes. What is your professional advice for the young writers now?
Before anything, don't give up. If you can dream about something, be sure you can do it also. For example, if you can dream, I can be a writer or no, yes, you can be. If you can dream about it, definitely you can do it. Now, for example, you are watching this success story, the next person is you. Why you can't be the next person? Just follow your goals, follow your dreams. Be sure you can be the person that you want to be. Just never give up. For example, if you want to be a writer, to be an author, read so much and write. Whatever you have in your mind as your thoughts, bring them on paper, and after that, you can start working on them. But if you say, if you always be in this phase of like that, can I can, if you only thinking you cannot do anything, bring your words on paper, then definitely you can become an author. That is the first point you should do, and not give up.
Sure. And what are your favorite subjects? Like, what is this? What is it that you like to write about the most?
I think romance genre is my favorite subject because romance is a part of life that all of us have it in our life and somehow we experience it with happy or sad ending. You cannot say no, I don't know about love. Anyhow, in any relationship, you feel love. Maybe that's why I like to write more about
More
love.
about, right?
Well, to find true love in this world, so that is why I like to write more about that.
That's nice. How sweet. And tell me something about this initiative, Success Stories. How do you feel about this talk show?
Perfect talk show. For example, you will gather all the people from all over the world in different fields, and they will say, for example, whatever they feel, and that is good. They will give motivation and idea to the people that they want to follow their dreams and goals, and they can say, for example, that person is an author, that person is musician, that person is singer. This is the tips she or he did and didn't, so I can also do this. And this is good. They will get idea and motivation to follow their dreams, and that is good. Thanks to you for giving this opportunity to other people to give them a motivation.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for all the appreciation. And your message to viewers, all our viewers.
Thanks for their time. That in this busy life, they put their time to watch this episode, this talk show, and thanks to my readers that their love and support make SouganDilli one of the best sellers. And to all the people that watching this, follow your dreams, follow your goals. Be sure the next success story.
Sogan, I would like you to recite something in Hindi and also in your Iran language, Irani. Something a little bit which you can share in both the languages. Something same but in both languages.
Like introducing myself.
Anything, whatever.
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम सौगंध अकबरियान है। मैं एक ईरानी लड़की हूँ। मैं इंडिया से बहुत पसंद आई हूँ। And I hope I travel to India again. And in Farsi or Persian language, that is my mother tongue. سلام، سوگند اکبریان هستم، نویسنده و مترجم ایرانی که در حوزه ادبیات هندوستان فعالیت میکنم.
Wow, it was so beautiful. Thank you so
And in English, I said also, you want to say in English? I said
You
that.
can do that. Any more languages, you know?
These three languages, I think now, for now. Hello, this is Sougand Akbarian from Iran. I'm Iranian bestseller translator and daughter of Indian literature. I hope
Lovely.
next time more other languages also.
You are also teaching Farsi, right?
Yes, I started that because many people in India and other different part of the world ask me about mother tongue, and they like to learn Farsi. Because there are many kahavat, there are many proverbs in Hindi language, and they want to know more. For example, as mos ke barmos. This is one proverb in Hindi language. And I say this is Farsi, so they like to know more about Farsi language and they can learn and speak Farsi. So that's why I started teaching Farsi
Yeah,
as well.
I've seen your ads, online classes that you're taking these days, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Teaching English in Iran, teaching Farsi on my Instagram page and YouTube channel.
Very nice. So, are you teaching Hindi also in Iran?
Hindi, I didn't get time for that because right now I'm working on so many projects that I'm working my next novel in English language for India, also working on some books that I want to translate
Yeah, I
from
wanted to talk to you about your future projects also. How are they coming up and what is it that you're planning to do?
these days, to be honest, so much busy in writing as a translator and author because I'm writing my next novel. After SouganDilli, many people asking me any other novel you have in India. So I started the plot of my next novel that I published in India, but still I'm working on that. And also in Iran, I'm working on translating different novels from Indian authors. That one of them hopefully soon will be available in Iran in Farsi language. That I'm working on them because writing as a translator and author will take little so much time. That's why. But
I'm
this is
sure. Yeah, yeah. It takes a lot of time. Yeah. How much time did SouganDilli take you?
SouganDilli has a longest story behind that. It was around 2013 that I decided to write it. But I have doubt, should I publish it or no? I think
Oh,
maximum, should I publish it or no? Anyone will love it or no? Every time you want to do it for the first time, you have doubt. That is a challenge, as I told you. But after that, my mom said you can do it. So finally, I concluded that in a book format and published it. This is totally different.
so it took you nearly 4 5 years.
Yes, because I have doubt. Is that good I publish it or no? Where should I publish it? Any Indian publications? How can I find it? Now I'm in Iran. That's why it has some struggles and challenge behind that.
Lovely, Saugand, and thank you for joining us today and giving your time to us to share your journey with us. Thank you so much. It was lovely having you on a show, and hopefully we meet soon when you come to India.
Definitely. Thank you so much to you, Mansi, for having me, and thanks to Trident Communications for giving me this time. And hopefully, after pandemic, hope I can come to India
When
and
the
we can.
world opens, yes, we will. We will be here to welcome you anytime.
Thank you.
And thank you and namaste. And how do you say goodbye in Farsi?
We say Khoda Nigahtar.
Okay. Thank you so much. Dhanyawad.
Thank you so much, Danyavad.